The way the Yankees have played this year have positioned themselves to be one of the best teams in baseball, just a few games back of being the best team in the American League. A lot of fans out there believe that this team still has a lot of improving to do. But the things they want are probably things they wouldn't want the Yankees to accomplish based on the market today. What's going on, guys? King of 161st, and I'm back with another video, and this video is sort of a PSA to sort of be careful what you ask for. And here's why. So, a lot of Yankees fans feel there are major holes in this team, which there could be, obviously. The main holes that I have seen Yankees fans utter is, one, bullpen doesn't have any flamethrowers. Bullpen doesn't have anyone that people fear. And to this, I'll say, I'm sorry, there's probably not anyone available at this very moment that is a full-on flamethrower, but there is someone available is at least throwing a little faster than the average the Yankees are throwing at. Next issue is in the infield, either second or third base, whichever one Jazz is not playing. Yes, DJ LeMahieu has been amazing, and I haven't covered it yet, but DJ LeMahieu is showing me something that I have not seen from him in over 3 years, and I did not expect this at all. I always thought ever since he got injured, every time he tried coming back and it's looked like shit and it's looked like shit, he almost looked like a retired boxer or a very old boxer where they know what they have to do to succeed. They just can't pull the trigger on doing it. And that's just what I saw DJ LeMahieu doing. He knew what he had to do. He just could never pull the trigger correctly. Well, now this year, at least so far, it's only been about 10 to 15 games. But so far this year, he is pulling the trigger in the correct way that we would have wanted him to pull the trigger. This is the best DJ LeMahieu has looked in 3 to 5 years. And it's crazy because he's not blowing the doors off of anyone in terms of his stats. So we'll have to see how that plays out. If he plays out to be around a league average player, that position may not have to be filled. But if he does hit the inevitable wall that we all expect him to possibly hit, there is someone out there can take over that spot and also be a utility guy. And then there's also someone they can throw in to make money work and to make them more enticing. They're all on one team, by the way. This is the Pittsburgh Pirate. Now, this is part of what I'm saying. Be careful what you ask for. It just may come true. You want a flamethrower. Well, one of the best guys in the Pirates bullpen has thrown a pitch at 96, averages about 94 to 95, which is about where Luke Weaver lies this year, but he would be, in terms of our bullpen right now, one of the better flamethrowers. And his name is Dennis Santana. Dennis Santana has had a great year so far, but if you do not remember, Dennis Santana was once a New York Yankee, and he was ran out of town by the fans. No one liked him here. In 2024, until he was shipped out of town, he had a 6.26 ERA and over 27 innings. Yes, he's had a bit of a rebound since then, and now is starting to look like a better pitcher. But is that really what you want the Yankees to do? Is to go and recycle former guys that they tried to reshape? Maybe you give Matt Blake one more opportunity? Okay, fine. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. Now let's talk about the super utility guy. This is a guy who's been about a league average hitter this year. A guy who you know can put the ball in play. You know that at the very least in the field, he's going to give you about league average. He's about as reliable as it gets. His name is Isiah Kiner-Falefa. Yes, that Isiah Kiner-Falefa. He has actually shaped himself out to be the exact fit to be a sort of bench utility guy on an expiring deal at $6 million. Yankees would only have to take on about half of that, and it would only be for 1 year. He's a free agent at the end of the season. This, to me, seems like a match made in heaven based on what fans are telling me that we need. And Isiah Kiner-Falefa could play anywhere. If you want him to play third, you let him play third. If you want him to play second, you let him play second. Hell, if you need to give Volpe a day off, instead of Peraza, he plays short, which is kind of telling. Maybe Peraza's not even on the roster if Isiah Kiner-Falefa comes in. That would be a huge turn of events. To round it all out, to what I call the holy grail of mid, this trade with the Pittsburgh Pirates, for them to be enticed to get rid of both Santana and Kiner Falefa, who would bring back somewhat of a prospect package, knowing that teams could use a league average utility guy. Teams could use a about 3 ERA solid reliever for their postseason push. If the Yankees were to get this deal done, a lot of people say Yankees need a third baseman, but a third baseman that is a lot better in the field than Jazz Chisholm. Jazz Chisholm is much better at second base. If you wanted that guy that can field his position at an extremely elite level, you eat the rest of Ke'Bryan Hayes' contract. The son of Charlie Hayes, who was on some of those former World Series championship teams that the Yankees had, maybe it would be a good match made in heaven. Maybe the Yankees can figure him out. Do you see where I'm getting at with this? There's a lot of things right now that people want that are not obtainable in any sort of grand way. I know a lot of people are looking at Arizona as a team that could be shipping out some guys. Again, that's a team that's investing money. That's a team that put $200 million into Corbin Burnes. I don't know if they're going to sell the farm right away. The two guys that I would assume are gone are starters, and maybe the Yankees could even do that. Get one of those starters. Do I expect Eugenio Suarez to be obtainable for the New York Yankees? I don't know. I also don't know if they want to go that direction. I don't know if they want to give up on next year. There's other teams that are still somewhat in the hunt. Tampa Bay, still in the hunt a bit. Boston, the Yankees have made trades with them, so it wouldn't be the craziest thing ever. But after they beat us in a series, of course they're going to say to themselves, we got a shot here. Let's put some of our chips in. Let's call up Roman Anthony. Let's do something here. They're not going to sell off right away. Everyone wants to think that Texas is dead in the water. They've got a lot of money tied up into that team. I don't know if you want to sell the farm at this point, knowing you're only about 4 to 5 games out. This is a Texas team that became a Cinderella story and won it in 2023. This is a team that, when they are hot, guys like Adolis Garcia, who is ice cold at the moment, Marcus Semien, who got that mega contract, is batting ninth. If any of those guys, Jake Berger, who they traded for from the Marlins, he's been shit, been better since he got called back up from the minor leagues, but even the fact that he had to get sent down in the first place is a bit concerning. Evan Carter, we thought after the 2023 run that he was turning into a star. Turns out he really wasn't, or maybe it's just taking time. If any of those pieces start to come together and Corey Seager comes back into this lineup, Wyatt Langford turns into the MVP I know a lot of people in prospect land believe him to be, that's a team that could make a run in the second half, especially because they have the third best pitching staff in baseball. If you think that they're selling off knowing everything that I just said, you're kidding yourself, because Seattle is prone to losing. Some of their guys are getting hot. Maybe they cool off. Houston is not as scary as they used to be. That's a winnable division for literally anyone in that top 3. So no, I don't think Texas is in it. If you wanted to look at the Marlins, who the hell do they have that would be enticing to the Yankees? What about the White Sox? Who would be enticing there? The A's have a couple young arms, but how expensive is Osvaldo Bido? Is he going to transition to a bullpen arm? We don't know any of them. The market right now is so shallow because of that third wild card. So many more teams believe that they are in it. And when teams believe they are in it, they hold on for dear life. It's good for baseball, but when it comes to trade time, this could make for a boring deadline, but also could make for more neutral moves for the Yankees rather than drastic ones, unless the Diamondbacks decide to sell off their future free agents and they get someone like a Gallen or they get someone like a Kelly. That would be the way the Yankees were to make a big splash, but I don't think they make that splash in the bullpen. I don't think they make that splash as a utility or third base. I don't think there's anything out there that would entice teams that would entice the Yankees enough to trade a big person in the farm system like an Arias or even like a Schlittler who's coming through. I don't think there's anything there that's making the Yankees want to ship that guy out in order to win the World Series this year. Like I was saying before, the team that really has what the Yankees would want theoretically is Pittsburgh. But do the Yankees and their fans really want them to redo history? Who knows? Maybe you have a different feeling of Dennis Santana than you did in the past. I know I was okay with him, even though he was very up and down. And by the time he went out of town, I was kind of happy it happened. Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, that situation kind of fell through and would kind of be poetic justice. He got traded here and the responding move was DFAing Oswald Peraza. That would be kind of funny to me. And I know I brought up bringing in Ke'Bryan Hayes. I don't think the Yankees would do that, but maybe the connection to Charlie Hayes and all that would make them more enticed. But those are really the type of guys that the Yankees are looking at to fix these things that we want. And the real question is, would you be okay with that? Let me know in the comments below, because I'm really interested in this. Like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and just remember, when you're in these discussions about who the Yankees need, be careful what you ask for. I'm out of here, take care, and peace.